Hello everyone. It is Saturday late morning, February the 2nd, Groundhog Day. And this is a VR to Matt, some guy named Matt, celebrating your 200th GAW, 200th giveaway. And this is my VR for that. Now you asked to be able to talk about something on the VR. You said, talk about some place, some interesting place that you're from. Well, I'm not originally from Ohio. I'm not originally from Louisiana, from New Orleans, but I've been there a long time, more than 20 years. And I don't live there now, but I want to talk about New Orleans. It is an interesting place. When I first got there in my early 20s, I was kind of blown away. New Orleans celebrates many things. They celebrate Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is usually celebrated weeks and weeks before the actual Tuesday, which is the main celebration of Mardi Gras, before Ash Wednesday, where everything is relatively quiet at that time, and people go to church, they get ashes, and they repent for the Mardi Gras celebration, so to speak. Mardi Gras consists of a lot of parades. They have a lot of parade routes, and it's a family affair. Families bring their children, bring their food, their lunches, their adult beverages, whatever. And they also bring along ladders. And they set up along the parade routes. And they wait for the parades to come by. And there's many floats. There could be 20, 30 floats coming by. And so the kids stand on these ladders and they holler out to the floats, where there's quite a few people from the crew that actually made that float. And the floateers, they will throw out beads, and I'm wearing some of the beads. These are the Mardi Gras color beads. And they also throw out doubloons. And these doubloons, different colored balloons, they make them, each crew makes a bunch of doubloons, hundreds of thousands of doubloons really, marked about their crew and the year and date. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but anyway, that's that. Another nice thing about the Mardi Gras season when it starts is king cake. Now, king cake is a local custom, and king cake is a cake about this round. It's oval, and it goes kind of the dough is spread out into an oval circle, and there's icing on it, and you could cut chunks of it. The icing is also colored with the Mardi Gras colors, which are green, purple, and yellow or gold. And in the king cake itself is a little baby. You can see that little baby, a wee one. That baby is put somewhere in the dough of the king cake before it's baked, and a lot of the bakeries make this king cake. You usually don't make it yourself, you just buy it. It's covered with icing, and it has the Mardi Gras colors on it. Well, king cake is usually celebrated in workplace offices and family homes too, but everyone will get a cut of the king cake, like let's say it's an office situation, and then they will start munching on it with coffee or something like that, and whoever gets the baby has to buy the next king cake. It's kind of a cool situation, kind of a cool tradition, the king cake. I also want to say being a smoker, of smoking good tobacco in a pipe, that New Orleans was where I bought my first pipe. And here it is. This pipe is probably over 50 years old, and it's a Medico. It's still in very good condition. I looked at it this morning to see what it said on it. It says Medico, and below it says Guardsman, whatever that means. Anyway, in my youth, this looked pretty cool. It was kind of slender, slim, and, you know, kind of chugging around the streets of the city. It was a lot of fun. You also notice that I am wearing my LSU. I don't know if that's going to come off backwards or not. My LSU shirt, sweatshirt. So where my two sons graduated from LSU. We watch all the games and really enjoy the season, especially with the coaches and and of course LSU did pretty good this year. All right. New Orleans has the famous Bourbon Streets, and New Orleans is sometimes referred to as the city that care forgot. Bourbon Street is really an experience. It was quite an experience in my time, in my younger days when I was down there. A lot of music, a lot of jazz, Dixieland jazz. One of the things that attracted me, music-wise, was the Dixieland jazz, and they had a lot of banjo places on Bourbon Street. One of the places, I don't know if it was called the Red Barons or what, but some of us guys would go in. We order pitchers of beer, and as soon as you go in, they give you these salted peanuts in the shell, and you're chomping on it. You're drinking nice cold beer, and you're listening to Dixieland jazz. Usually there's about two banjos, there's a tuba, there's a piano player, and a clarinet, maybe. And the music was, at that time in the 60s, it was like things like When the World is Waiting for the Sunrise, or I Ain't Got a Barrel of Money, that type of stuff. And if we knew the words, sometimes we would sing along, but everyone was just having a good time drinking, eating peanuts, and sometimes they'd join in with the band. But the energy was real lively and loose and extremely informal. Well, I liked the sound of the banjo, and I decided I was going to get one, and I did. I got a used banjo, and I taught myself, and then a couple years later, I got a little better banjo, and a couple of us guys got together, and we formed a little band, played in different places, and I haven't picked up my banjo for now about 20 years, 25 years. But in honor of you, Matt, I took out and literally dusted off the banjo case and took out my banjo. And I want to show it to you right now. Just a minute. Okay. There it is. I'm going to have to adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. I don't know what that looks like, but anyway, this is the banjo. It's really quite a nice one. Really enjoy that. It really reflects the era of Dixieland jazz. Now, I was never all that good, but I did play and liked it a lot. Played some songs, knew some songs. But I think I'm going to. I took it out. I tried to tune it this morning, and I don't know if I should apologize to you before I try to strum something or afterwards, but literally I haven't touched it. Okay, I apologize. Anyway, I used to enjoy playing that song with a lot of the and so on. So that's enough of that. Anyway, this is my VR to you. New Orleans is an interesting place. If you ever go down there, you will have a very good time. Whether you go down to the Bourbon Street, you have a lot of good gumbos and restaurants. You have Café du Monde, which could have donuts and coffee. The Ville Carré, as they're saying, has an interesting environment. You see sights that you can't believe sometimes during the Mardi Gras. All in good taste, of course. So, for now, I wish you, Matt, a very good celebration of the 200 GAWs. Good for you. Keep up with it. Bye for now.